Good morning, guys. Well, it's moving on day again. I spent yesterday tied up to a mooring ball in St. Augustine. I had fully intended to stay here for maybe a week, but they didn't have any availability. I got 2 nights and that was it. I would have had to go on a wait list just to get one more night. So I decided to move on. I'm going to head down towards Daytona. I think my father-in-law and brother-in-law are going to come over and visit. And so we'll see how that works. Should be about a 6 or 8 hour run from here to Daytona. Depends on how the bridges are. I think I have 3 bridges to go through. Well, guys, we've been underway for almost 2 hours. We've gone a little over 10 nautical miles. We've had the current against us the whole time, of course. And we just went through a pretty heavy rain shower. And I really do enjoy my enclosure. It does keep me pretty dry. But if you look, I got some drips from up there, drips on the other side. They're hitting the seats in the back. I've got one drip from about right there that's hitting there, and I just noticed this one's starting up. I need to pull my charts out of the way so they don't get wet. But overall, I gotta say, this enclosure is fantastic. I'm pretty damn dry and happy to be dry. So it's a good day to travel. There's not much else to do. I wouldn't be doing much in St. Augustine on all this rain, that's for sure. Well, that was fun. I don't know if you can see all the equipment back there, but they're dredging. And as we came into that, I found a spot to bump bottom real hard. I was able to reverse off of it, but I moved over not even 5 feet. I went from 0.0 to 13 feet. So where they were dredging was a pretty sharp ridge of sand, and I didn't hang on it real hard. I managed to get off pretty easy. But yeah, we did come to a sudden stop. The current's been against us, so we were doing 5 knots or less anyway. So well, we're coming up on the second drawbridge of the day. My next drawbridge, I believe, will be right next to the anchorage where I'm going to spend the night in Daytona. And I believe, I just heard some horns, I believe he's getting ready to raise this one. We'll see here in just a second. Yep, I believe the traffic arms have gone down. Yep, there goes the bridge. That's nice timing. I don't even have to slow down. And this, by the way, is called the Bulow Bridge. Black Dog is clear. Thank you, sir.
Captain, what's the name of your vessel again, please?
Black Dog.
Thank you very much. Have a safe trip.
Of the many bridges that I've done on this trip now, the 2 bridges that we've done today are the only ones that I didn't have to wait for. Both of them told me to come up full speed, and they opened in time for me to go through without ever slowing down. That's real nice. I bet you that won't happen too often. Let's see, I've been running on, going on 6 hours now. Let me see how many miles my app says we're going. Let's see, this says we've gone about 33 miles. Pay attention to where I'm going here. A lot of crab pots out here. That bridge was at mile 816, and I believe the bridge where I'm going is mile 829, something like that. So about 15 miles to go probably. And it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I hope to get in there before it starts getting dark and before the thunderstorms they're calling for show up. All right, well, we're still about 7 or 8 miles out of Daytona, but all that darkness over there is making rumbling noises. Been watching it on radar on both the chart plotter and on my phone. I think it's going to go behind us. I hope it's going to go behind us. Ooh, I just saw some pretty lightning over there, so I hope it goes behind us. Well, I'm starting to get some sprinkles, but it looks like it's really pouring back there behind me. Everything just disappears. Still kind of looks like it might cross behind me, but I might catch a corner of it. We'll have to see. Well, we beat that first storm. It definitely it definitely crossed behind us, but now there's another one over here, and I think that one's going to come this direction a little bit more. It might get us, but I'm right about 2 miles from my anchorage, and the one bridge that I have to get open for me opens on demand. I just heard somebody go through. It didn't take long, so I'm hoping that that's the case, and I can get in there and get anchored and tied down before that storm goes over top of us. We'll see. Coming up on a mess of bridges up here in Daytona Beach. All right, guys. Well, we're anchored in Daytona. Just beat the thunderstorms. Just started raining just as I was putting the anchor out. I didn't get totally soaked. There's the gaggle of bridges we went through. Luckily, only one of them had to lift. But we're here, anchor down. It's time to stop and relax and watch the shore for a few minutes to make sure we're not moving. Hey guys, well, still anchored in Daytona Beach. Been putting around this morning, just cleaning up the boat some, cleaning the interior. Exciting stuff. I've been cleaning the glass. Just doing some boat chores. It's getting a little warm, but hey, I hear it's cold at home, so I should be happy, right? So that's what today looks like, is just boat chores, cleaning, putzing around. I've reserved a slip for tomorrow so that when my father-in-law comes, I'll be in a slip and easily accessible. Actually, the slip is going to be right over there where those boats are. That's the municipal marina here in Daytona Beach, Halifax Harbor Marina, I think they call it. But it's a pretty day. I've been kind of experimenting with my battery usage and my solar charging and everything else, and wasn't doing real good in St. Augustine because it was just a little too cloudy. Today's partly cloudy, but the battery that I used all night is probably about 3/4 charged, so it's coming up. It's still early. It's lunchtime, so we'll keep an eye on it and see how it does. But I think it's going to fully charge that battery up again before nighttime. That'll be good. That's what I was hoping it would do. It's running the fridge and the freezer at the same time that it's charging the battery, so that's good. It's running everything, and so that's it. Just working along out here. And there's a steady stream of these guys going by all day long. Probably seeing 3, 4, 5 an hour. I've only seen one sailboat go by, but the power boats are moving south, that's for sure.
One more sailboat on the race course. Good racing. One more sailboat on the race course. Let's get past them.
Good morning, guys. It's about 6:30 in the morning-ish. So 6 o'clock this morning, I'm laying in the bed, and all of a sudden I heard that guy that just went by with the megaphone talking, and it sounded like he was right outside my window. It was an interesting experience. It's like, you know, I know I'm in a boat. Who's next to me like that? It was on the megaphone. It's crazy. But that's one way to get woke up. So I've been anchored here for 2 nights now. My father-in-law's coming over to visit, and so I've been hanging out, waiting to meet up with him. He's coming today. Today I'm going to go across the river and go into a slip. I made arrangements yesterday to have a slip. Get him to take me grocery shopping and get, you know, the heavy stuff, buy a case of water, stuff like that. Where I'm at a slip, it's a lot easier than having to deal with getting it out in a dinghy. So today's plan is to straighten up the boat, put the dinghy back up on the deck for going into the slip, and probably do some laundry and, you know, stuff like that while I'm tied up. So it's gonna be a busy day. Right now I'm fixing some breakfast. Trying to find something new when digging through the cabinets, and I found some pancake mix that I brought with me. So currently getting set up to make some pancakes. Alright, so get the stove going here. Got my mix. It's been sitting about 10 minutes. I've been told that you get fluffier pancakes if you let it rest for 10 minutes after you mix it up. So we'll get the pan hot here and we'll make a pancake or two. And I have to be the world's worst pancake flipper. I always make a mess with them. Not too bad, but it needs to be cooked a little bit more. I start out with some small ones here, try to figure out how the pan's going to cook. So this, of course, will make a lot more pancakes than I can eat this morning. But pancakes freeze up really nicely, and I'll put them in the freezer, and I'll have breakfast 4 or 5 more times off of these pancakes. So this gives me another option for breakfast when I'm in a hurry. Doesn't take long. Throw them in the pan, warm them up, or if the microwave's working, if I'm plugged in, I can use the microwave. All right, last 2 pancakes are in the pan. They're coming out pretty nice, and makes a nice mess of pancakes. Just one measure mix of this, whatever you call it. It's a cup of mix and a cup of milk and an egg. But it's looking nice. Almost there. And the last 2 to come off will be my breakfast. Freeze them up, and I'll have them for breakfast another day. Now here's the first time that I've had a dolphin actually swim along with the boat, and I actually got it on camera. I don't believe it. Well, good morning, guys. I'm underway from Daytona. I've stayed 2 days here. Visited with my in-laws yesterday. Went into a marina so that it'd be easy for them to get on the boat. But yeah, I went out to lunch and had a real nice meal and nice visit. They took me by the grocery store so I can eat for another few days. And I'm headed off. I think I'm going for Titusville today. There's a weather front coming through, and I think it might get a little bit breezy tonight. Gust up to 20. That's what I've seen so far. There looked to be a pretty well-protected anchorage in Titusville, right past one of the bridges, so that's where I'm headed. So we'll just try to stay dry out here today. It's supposed to be a lot of rain coming this afternoon. But I left pretty early. It's only about 40 miles, so we'll see what time it is when I get in there. Hopefully I can beat some of the rain and get anchored and comfortable before it starts too much.